You'll know about those things again for tuning into yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again. Sounds like California. So we are looking at the pricing for the 2024 Lowrider S. How much did it go up by with? How much did it go up this year? Price increases, overall bang for your buck, stuff like that. Of course, I've been seeing other videos and people have been saying, hey, this is a pretty good deal. But I'm going to just bring you guys a price sheet from the DMV, which is something that I always recommend when you're shopping these bikes. Know how much you should be paying before you go into your dealership and start negotiating for these bikes. All right, out the door price at the dealership and out the door price on the DMV are two completely different things. All right, so this is just something that you should probably consider looking at. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the numbers. Of course, they've increased a few things. We are now seeing a $19,999 for the Lowrider S in 2024. What have they done? What have they changed, to justify that price increase from 2023? Nothing. They haven't done anything. It's the same bike. 117 inverted forks, still disc brakes, same rear suspension, same monoshock, same front, everything. It's exactly the same from 2023. But now this, of course, comes in Biltwell gray, which is a primer sealer. That's what it is. So I mean, this is basically what it is. I mean, it's a sealer that goes below the vivid black, and it really doesn't make any sense to me. As a painter, as a hobby painter, I guess. You could actually buy the sealer in black. I mean, it's just what's going on. Harley can definitely switch over from the primer sealer, which is gray, and they can switch it to black primer sealer, and it'll look just like the vivid black. But I really don't know what it is. But yes, now you have to pay for the vivid black option, and it's like it's $350. You guys can look at that, right here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Oh no, it's not. Let's see. Maybe I could adjust this a little bit. Maybe I could adjust it over here. Let me just move that over there a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now you guys can see the pricing. So base color, which is Biltwell gray, primer sealer color, that's $19,995. If you want the vivid black, which is basically the 2020 all the way up to 2023 color, that's additional $350. But like I mentioned, you could honestly just switch. Harley can just switch the primer color to black, and I mean, it's pretty much fixed. And they could call it Biltwell black instead of Biltwell gray or vivid black. They could just call it Biltwell black, and it might be the same color, or it might be a different shade of black, factory black. Anyways, now they have two different color options as far as the surcharge, the prices. So for the premium color, which I guess would be Red Rock, the Red Rock, that's gonna set you back $525, and the Shark Fin Blue, that's $650. Which is, it's a little odd. I'm not sure why. Typically, red is the most expensive color. When you're buying the materials and supplies, red will cost you more than blue. I don't know. Maybe there's something in it. I don't know. I think it's something. I believe it has to do with the 2023 Lowrider S. It's only in shark fin blue, shark skin blue. I don't think the Lowrider ST has this color. So maybe that's why they're charging a little bit more, an extra $125, because it's a exclusive color for the Lowrider S. That's what I think. I haven't looked at any of the other models. I don't know if shark skin blue is offered in any of the other bikes. Probably it is. I'm not sure. So going down onto the features, ABS now is standard again. That stopped being standard in 2023. ABS was no longer standard. Security option, that's the key fob. It doesn't really have a security system or anything like that. The cruise control option, that's something that they've started including in the 2023. Yeah, I believe it's the 2022 or the 2023. That's when they started including the cruise control, and it should have had cruise control since 2020, in my opinion. But anyways, moving down onto the emissions. Of course, I live in California, so that's $200. Freight, that went up substantially. So this went from 495, went up to 525, and now in 2023 it's $700. So yeah, all the fees went up. Price of the bike went up. The color options, including vivid black, are now, it's now a surcharge. I know people are saying, hey, you no longer have to pay the surcharge, the original surcharge that we started seeing in 2021, 2022, 2023, which was, I believe, $600 for the Softails. And for the touring models, that was $900, $925 or something like that. But I mean, I really don't see it as a positive note. If, I mean, you're combining the $600, $900 to the actual MSRP price. You guys get what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense to even, mention that. You might as well not even. That's what I was just saying in my previous videos from last year. I knew the $600 surcharge wasn't going to go away. I knew they were going to make it part of the MSRP. It's just that on the number MSRP, it just looked a lot better when it was at 18,000, and then they were going to add the $600 after. So in reality, it's part of the overall number. So this is the price that you should be paying if you were to buy this at MSRP based on Harley-Davidson's price sheet, or price or market value suggested retail price, market suggested retail price of where's my, did I calculate that, or did I, all right, it was somewhere like what was it, I can't remember. 700 plus 200 plus 350 plus the 19,000. So here it is right here. All right, so it's $21,249 if you were to buy it at the dealership, brand new. Probably has about 8 miles, 7 miles on the speedo. Now we calculate, of course, the fees and taxes. These are your sales tax here in California, so it's almost $2,000. And then, of course, the registration is another $334, and that puts you for a 2024 Lowrider S at $23,575. Now, like I mentioned, this does not have dealer fees, which you'll probably, if you live in California, you'll probably pay some of that, and that could be from $900 to $1,500. It's also, I also did not calculate the dock fee, which is about $88 in California, $90 if you're outside of California. People have mentioned in the comments, and they've messaged me that some people have paid $280, towards dock fees. Some states have a cap, some states don't. And, it's really hard to kind of give you guys an overall number. So I did not calculate the $80 for the dock fees. But yeah, you're looking at $24,000 in 2024. Now, mind you, when I was shopping for my Lowrider S in 2020, a lot of the dealers wanted $25,000 out the door. $25K. This was, 3-4 years ago, which is, it's a lot compared to the MSRP back then. I believe it was 17,000 and change. So, it's gone up $2,000, and like I mentioned, all the fees have also gone up as well. So it's just, I don't know. I just think it's, I mean, for $23,500 brand new, and you still have to, of course, add the Harley tax. You gotta, swap out the exhaust, tune it, and then, of course, if you want to, do other things to it, like most people do with the aftermarket, we're talking about fairings, risers, all this other stuff. I mean, there's a ton for you to do. The seat, $600, $700. I mean, of course, the turn signals, yeah, they're not LEDs. There's just a lot to do to the bike still, and I mean we're just barely starting. I mean, you could easily spend $3,000 on the stage 1, the tune and the exhaust alone, you know, depending on what you go with. Anyways, that's how much a brand new 2024 Harley's going to cost you, $24,000. And like I said, dealers are still going to want to put the fees in there and the markups, so you're looking at potentially, like I said, depending on your dealer, you're looking at probably $27,000 for the same bike in 2020 that probably cost you about $19,000 to $20,000. So that's a $7,000, $6,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 increase. Like I said, depending on the dealer. Man, it's just I don't know. You know, looking at the used market, of course, here, the Facebook marketplace, I mean, you could really get yourself a solid deal. This is a 2021 with a lot of goodies. This is here in Modesto, close by to me. You know, you get a Trask HPI, a better suspension on the rear, 13.5 RWD. You also have Leather Pros, a solid step-up seat from Saddlemen, a Pro gripper seat, SDC San Diego Customs, and you know, just a lot of little goodies. Lay down license plate. The HP, I already mentioned that. You also get, of course, the crash bar, the front, the rear from Bum King. You know, these parts alone are $300, $400 on the front one, $200 on the rear one. You have $2,000 of the exhaust. You have $700 in the air breather. You have $700, $800 on the Leather Pros. You have, depending on the laydown license plate, if it's a Custom Dynamics or a Kuryakin, that's $110. The Pro Series, because of the backrest, that's about $800 right there. Then, of course, you still have the boosted brad, the handlebars, you know, just labor and parts on the handlebars by themselves. That's probably about $2,000 on just that. Then, of course, you also have the Road Warrior fairing. That's another $700. You also have relocated gauges. So that the bracket itself, that's probably about $130. You also have the timers down here. That's probably about $200 right there. So you guys can see how quickly these numbers add up. And you also have, of course, a chain drive, which is that's huge. A chain drive on this bike. I mean, the labor alone, you have to remove the outer primary, then you have to remove the inner primary, then of course the parts and everything. There's hours and hours. When I swapped out my comp on this, that was about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of work. Imagine taking all this stuff off to put a chain. I mean, all of this labor, hours and hours and hours of labor, all for $16,500. That's how much this fella's asking for. $16,500 for this Lowrider S, which is in many ways far better than the 2024. You have better suspension. You have the Harley sound. You have the 2-into-1. You have the performance. Even though this has a 117, this bike will outperform that bike because of the high flow intake and the high flow exhaust. It's also going to handle better because of that rear monoshock. You know, the badass feel of having the tall risers, the boosted brad risers, that's going to feel, you know, better, a little bit more comfortable. You also have the step-up seat. You know, you're going to have a firmer ride. The gripper material on this holds you in place. This stuff right here, that backrest is also, you know, it's a benefit for some lumbar support. I mean, this bike, in every aspect, you know, you also have the luggage, you have the wind protection from the Road Warrior fairing, everything. And then on top of that, you have a stage 1, and you also have the chain drive. That's going to give you that feel of a factory stage 2, because there's no slack in the chain like you have on the belt. I mean, everything for, man, $10,000 less than this. $10,000 less. And not to mention, once you calculate your own mods on this bike, I mean, you're already saving 10,000 bucks. Once you calculate the exhaust, intake, the tuner, all your little mods, you're saving yourself potentially 15,000 bucks. You're saving yourself $15,000 by, you know, buying the used Lowrider S. And on top of that, you're still saving yourself money off of the insurance. The insurance on this will easily cost you, in my area, in my city, it's $140 a month. That's how much this bike's gonna cost you with a perfect clean record. With a clean record. When I was shopping insurance policies, I was looking from Harley-Davidson. Of course, I was looking at $154. I settled at I believe 26 with Geico. 126, and the rates went up. Even though my record is completely clean, I haven't had an accident or nothing, not even a ticket, speeding ticket or red light, nothing. Clean record. My insurance went up, which is just crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody. I know plenty of folks with Geico, their insurance went up. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the only reason why you would want to pay an extra $15,000, I guess, if you want the color, if you like the color. I really don't like it. I don't like the red rock because it looks a little closer to the burgundy, to the crimson red, which I was never a fan of. I think this one looks better than the crimson red. But anyways, I mean, that's how much the Lowrider S in 2024 will cost you out the door. 24,000 bucks with, you know, I believe all the fees. If you're lucky to pay that in California, I guess you could always go to Laidlaw. He might be the only dealership here in California that doesn't have these crazy markups of 2,000 bucks. And then of course you still have most dealerships. They'll include a $1,200 prep fee. So you have $1,200 for the prep fee and probably 2,000 in markups. So you're looking at, you know, some dealerships, of course, you're looking at probably about $3,500 of, you know, BS fees. So anyways, in case you're wondering, how much are you paying for a Lowrider S at MSRP? What did I say for 24,000, 23,500? You guys stay out there, stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.